She'll be there now, will you, boy?
It's your old friend, Molly, eh? The windpipe's up.
Aye.
Yeah. What about that Spanish biddy there?
What about the side of it? Enough there for three of us.
Yeah, I think I could finish it.
Right, Dan. Imagine yourself Captain Baines, with your first cargo down there in the hold. 850 casks of senior Braganza's wine. Well, Mrs. O'Needon, you just stepped on deck, read the weather and ship.
Right, James. Wind light, easterly, all sails set and drawing fully.
Huh? And where are we heading?
Homeward bound. Lisbon to Liverpool.
You happen to be pointing in the right direction.
Oh, of course, the compass.
Course, Mr. Baines?
Northwest by north, a half northwest.
Right, now in our wind direction. Of course, all we need is our position. You're a seaman's daughter. Try your hand at shooting the sun. Now, set it to 0.
Right.
Point you at the sun. Now, move that arm until the sun kisses the horizon. Don't forget to clamp the screw.
Won't keep still.
Hold steady. You'll brace yourself against the roll of the ship. 1 degree error can put us 60 miles out now, reckoning.
Got it, I think.
Ah, new sign, Mr. Baines.
Aye, aye, sir. Keep her steady.
Time. Start the bells, Mr. Baines.
Dragon bell!
That's all there is to it. Come on, let's work it out.
That's all we need. There's never no luck with women.
Aye?
On board ship, I mean.
There we are, then. Noon position. Right. Now, first remember, latitude is measured north or south of the equator, longitude east or west of the Greenwich meridian. Line of latitude, meridian of longitude. Plumb line for the one, timepiece for the other. Where the two calculations intersect, position. Right. Let's see you measure the day's run.
Yesterday's noon position. Today's position. 138 miles.
Average speed.
6 knots.
Like a navigator of the year.
We left Lisbon 5 days ago with Mr. Braganza's wine. Why do we sail so far out into the Atlantic?
We head out to pick up the westerlies.
Oh, I see. I still don't fully understand how by carrying Mr. Braganza's wine free of charge, we can nevertheless show a profit.
Senior Braganza understands well enough, which is why I decided not to renew Callan's contract, but let me carry the wine instead.
Understandable if you're carrying it free of charge.
Ah, but remember, I also agreed to return his empty casks at full freightage.
But we have a shipload of wine, for the carriage of which we'll not receive 1 penny piece. How will we live in the meantime? There'll be debts to meet and crew to be paid.
You're forgetting 2 important factors. First, as Braganza's agent, I shall receive 10% commission on all wine carried, and 2, my brother Robert.
Robert?
Ah, remember the partnership agreement. Robert thought he could gain something for nothing by simply scratching his name across a piece of paper. Robert's about to learn a lesson.
Oh?
Aye. Robert's responsible for all debts incurred during the voyage. Here, I'd give a guinea to see his face when the debtors start clamouring for their dues.
Home in 3 weeks, he said, with fat profits for his bull. Damn. 3 weeks and 3 days and still no sign of his damn ship.
Young Fogarty's ship has been sighted.
Daniel's ship? But I'm a dreadful sight. Oh, you mustn't see me thus.
Elizabeth, what about you? Cool.
I imagine you'll be welcoming a new brother-in-law shortly, Mr. O'Needon.
My sister does not lack for suitors, Mr. Simpson.
Just my pleasantry, Mr. O'Needon. No offence meant and none taken, I hope.
No.
There's just one other little matter.
Oh?
An outstanding account. 2 casks of pickled beef for your brother James's ship.
Ah, well, ship stores is ship's business, Mr. Simpson, not mine.
When I offered discount, a very generous discount, it was to you, Mr. O'Needon, not a ship.
Where'd you get this pig swill, James?
Brother Robert,
I know I'd the better of that bargain.
man must take his profit where he can.
Not at our expense. No housewife worth her salt would tolerate this offer.
Ship's not an hotel, you know, Anne.
Just as well, I'd have precious few customers.
Has Daniel arrived?
He's taking a glass of wine with Robert. Now, hold your breath. I think it time that you and Daniel, put up the band.
Daniel has his mind set upon being master of a fine ship first.
We shall have to drag that young man to the altar, I can see. Otherwise, you're in danger of being left on the shelf, my girl.
Daniel needs little persuasion, I do assure you.
Why, Elizabeth, I do believe you're blushing.
A natural agitation.
Perhaps your lacing's a little too tight.
Daniel says it's very becoming.
Oh.
What's up with you, Jacko?
It's my stomach. It's burning. What's the matter?
Been like that all night. Let's fetch the maid.
Or leave a kiss within the cup, and I'll not ask for wine. The thirst that from the soul doth rise doth ask a drink divine.
Another glass of Madeira, Dan.
But might I of Jove's nectar sip, I would not change for thine.
Very good, very good.
Did you know Mr. Callan had already broached the matter of Daniel's promotion?
Oh?
Yes, he has promised me the first available berth.
As master.
Ah, well, he dangled that carrot before James for nigh on 6 years.
I've always found Mr. Callan to be a man of his word, sir.
How would promotion affect your future plans, Mr. Fogarty?
Well, I hope, Mrs. O'Needin, that I shall then be in a position to ask for Elizabeth's hand.
Ah, well, I shouldn't wait too long if I were you. Young Frazer hovers like a bee round a honey pot.
Frazer?
Really, Robert? Don't take any notice of my husband, Mr. Fogarty. He's a great tease.
I mean what I say, Sarah. It's time that Elizabeth was married. And Daniel here would make a damn sight better husband than young Frazer.
Who is this Frazer?
Mr. Albert Frazer, the son of the shipbuilder.
He keeps trying to persuade his father to build steamships.
I see, a floating kettle man. Well, if he's pestering you with his unwarranted attentions, Elizabeth, I trust you will give me the satisfaction of dealing with him on your behalf.
On the contrary, Mr. Frazer is quite the little gentleman. Your servant, Miss Elizabeth. If I may be of service, Miss Elizabeth, may I have the privilege of taking your arm, Miss Elizabeth?
Devil he does. If I had him aboard ship, I'd put a reef in his tail smart enough.
You mustn't take it amiss, Daniel. You've no cause of jealousy of Mr. Frazer, I do assure you. You're twice the man.
Jealousy is quite a common disorder of those with an affectionate nature. Why, before we were married, Robert was quite the green-eyed monster.
I still am. Here, Daniel, a toast to the Charlotte Rhodes. May she return laden to the gunnels and with big fat profits all round.
Amen to that.
We shouldn't be waiting James' return with such anxiety if he'd left money enough to pay his debts before he sailed.
It seemed a considerable sum at the time, Sarah. £150 was not to be sneezed at.
It took more than that in stock and cordage to re-rig the ship, but you're too...
And what? What?
You're too generous-hearted a man to notice. You're too easily put upon, Robert.
There are good profits to be made in shipping.
Aye, and losses. Why, every day the newspaper is full of reports of ships foundered, wrecked, overdue.
Shipping is a risky business, Sarah. It's not like a shop. There's security in a shop.
I've seen to it that the forecastle is scrubbed out with carbolic, Mr. Baines, but that seaman is seriously ill.
It's the fever, ma'am, and there'll be a lot more down with it before this voyage is over. Time is approaching noon, ma'am.
I'll tell Captain O'Needin. It's noon, James. Mr. Baines! James, what is it? Mr. Baines! You can lend a hand, Mr. Baines.
Right, let me move on the deck. Right now on the bunk there. It's the ship's fever right enough, see the rash?
Nonsense. It's the result of eating tainted meat.
It's the ship's fever and it'll spread like wildfire. I've seen it before.
You may leave us, Mr. Baines. Take the noonday observation.
Who, me?
You're the ship's mate, next in order of command.
But I cannot.
Why?
I don't have the lettering, ma'am. I never had no schooling, you see.
Is there no one who can read and write?
No one but yourself, ma'am.
But I know nothing of navigation.
Well, Captain O'Needin showed you the manner of laying off a course on a chart.
Well, yes, but this
All I need to know is the lie of the land. I see no difficulty. If I had the lettering, I shouldn't trouble you, ma'am, and I haven't. So the matter rests in your hands. There's no one else for it.
James? James?
No.
How's he doing?
That rash is spreading all over. He's coughing a lot.
Blood.
Which course are we steering?
West by north, half north.
Is the old man still on his back?
He's out like a light. His missus is doing a navigating, according to Baines.
Well, taking orders from a woman? We'll get lost.
The wind's heading us, ma'am. You see, I gotta bear away. I must have a new course.
Yes, but I can't get...
The wind's heading us again. What's our heading?
Northwest by west, mate.
Let's know she veers again. He's got round to the northeast, ma'am.
What do you suggest, Mr. Baines?
Well, we've got to head to Weston.
That would take us further out into the Atlantic.
Aye, give us plenty of sea room till Captain O'Needon's on his feet again.
No, Mr. Baines. My husband undertook to deliver this cargo directly, and every extra day at sea costs money. I should like to take the shortest possible route home.
The hands are sickening with fever.
All the more reason for a short voyage.
They won't thank you for it. Ship's fever is well known to be a contagion of the air, best dealt with by the purifying action of clean ocean winds.
Mr. Baines, the men are ill of eating unwholesome meat. There is only one cure. Come with me this instant, Mr. Baines.
Here's your one.
Aye, I suppose so.
What a waste.
There you go.
Got it? All right. Over she goes. Look at that.
Mr. Baines? I shall require to examine the contents of each new cask as it's opened. In future, all meat will be thoroughly cooked and served as broths or stews.
I'll not eat boiled meat.
Then you shall starve. The crew will obtain their drinking water from the galley in future after it has been thoroughly boiled.
Boiled water, boiled meat. Whatever that boiled.
That's enough lip from you two. Get forward. You try my patience, ma'am. You really do.
Mr. Baines, we need to be 2 points further west. Mr. Baines!
2 points closer to the wind. You two on the headsail sheets. You bring the yard sharp up. Armitage! And bring her up as close as you can.
Thank you, Mr. Baines. Let me have the best course you can make.
Hold him still! Let's have a look at the damage, son.
How is the injured man, Mr. Baines?
He's lost 3 fingers, but he'll live.
Poor man.
I have to beg for his bread from now on.
Is he married?
3 children. But I've known worse. You're a captain's daughter yourself, I understand, ma'am.
In the Navy.
You know, if I'd have had the lettering, I'd have made a captain myself by now. It's those with book learning has all the advantages. You know, I tried very hard.
Yes. You must forgive me, Mr. Baines. I'm a somewhat slow calculator.
Well, Captain O'Needon seemed to read it off the sexton.
But I can't. However, we sailed 138 miles yesterday. And our new course?
No quarter west, but on the starboard tack. We made a fair amount of leeway, I reckon.
Leeway?
Yeah. Well, you see, a ship don't sail in a straight line. The wind sort of blows it sideways, and we call that making leeway.
Oh, yes, of course. With Captain O'Needon ill and another man maimed, we need a doctor, Mr. Baines. I should like to strike for home as quickly as possible.
As you wish.
Then steer as near to east-northeast as you can, if you please, and I'll try to calculate our latitude.
East northeast. Well, I'll keep her as close as I can, ma'am, but there's very little wind.
Latitude. Latitude. James.
Latitudinal.
Yes, James. How do I calculate latitude?
All's plain sailing. From pole to pole. Steering by the stars. Brings good fortune, you see. Robert may have the better of the bargain yet, eh? With a hand to the plough and the pointer, see, Jane, sail plain, plain Jane, sail plain.
Rest easy, James. Rest easy. You've done your best. Plain Jane. Is that what I am too? From pole to pole, he said, and steer by the stars.
Nor'easter, ma'am, what there is of it.
The sun moves across the heavens and its path varies from season to season, but the stars are fixed.
Yes, ma'am.
The plough. A hand to the plough and the pointer, of course.
Big pardon, ma'am?
I've got it, Mr. Baines.
Got what, ma'am?
How to get our latitude. The polar star, you see? Latitude is determined by simply measuring the angle of a star fixed above the pole. The angle is our latitude.
Never no luck since that woman set foot on board. Telling the cook to throw good victuals over the side. How you feeling, Jacko boy? Jacko. Jacko. Charter no John never sang either day no going to do it and make us out of never the other head the ruiny and the wine bar by not the almighty and the letter. I'm not going to go with you guys. I know you're sorry.
All right, heaver two. Now bring the station to the windward. Ready, Mom?
Therefore, commit his body to the deep. To be turned into corruption, looking for the resurrection of the body when the sea shall give up her dead, and the life of the world to come, through our Lord Jesus Christ.
And ho! Amen!
I haven't finished.
Well, I have. Where away?
A lighthouse, a point to starboard.
A lighthouse? Hold it. There's a lighthouse dead ahead.
Now we shall know our position.
I know our position, madam. That is Ocean Island off the French coast. Stand by the wear ship. Let go forces. Come on. Out of my way. Get out. Now slack away, mizzen and main sheets. So much for your navigation. You'll have us aground.
I don't understand.
I'm taking command, missus. So go below and tend to your husband. This very instant, if you please.
Yes? I wish to speak to Mr. Canadian.
I'll call him.
Robert, shop.
Right.
He'll be here directly.
Mr. Canadian?
Yes.
White stocking day.
Oh, you've got your allowance
Yes,
note.
I have.
Well, if there's anything that you want to buy...
Yes, when I get the cash.
Cash?
My son signed aboard the Starlet Road 1 month ago. That's his mark, that's his written name, Jack O'Waters. I'm his mother. His wife is entitled to 1/2 of 1 month's pay. Not a penny more, nor less.
Yes, I do understand that, Mrs.
Good, because there'll be a
Waters.
dozen on my ears with the same claim.
Yes, but it is my brother's ship, and
Now,
he's still
don't
at
try to
sea.
put me off
and
with
we-
fine words, young man. You're his notecracker, it says so here. And black and white doesn't lie.
Yes, but I didn't enter into
But
any
Jacko
agreement.
did. There's his mark to prove it. 30 shillings, if you please, Mr. O'Nadian.
I'm afraid, Mrs. Waters, you'll have to wait on the return of my brother and his ship. Very well. You shall have your money.
That's only 26 shillings. 30's me due and 30 I'll have.
You forget my discount, Mrs. Walters.
Discount? What discount?
For cash. Why, any other notecracker would charge you, what, 5 shillings in the pound, and well, you know it, Mrs. Waters. I've treated you fair. Very fair.
Needs must, I suppose. Day to you.
All right, Bill?
Poor old Jack, though. He was a good shipmate.
There's that bitch of a woman.
It's not her fault.
One man in a sailmaker's coffin. You maim for life. Be my turn next.
I've got a mouth like the inside of the devil's boots.
All we gotta drink is boiled water.
And a full cargo of wine aboard.
All hands! Let's have you!
She's worse than a packet ship. One man to do the work of 10 men.
I could do with a drink.
Don't worry, boy. We'll break open a cask tonight.
You better watch out for Baines.
I'll watch him. Better than boiled water, eh, Billy? Get it down, you boy.
Oh, that's better. I'll tell you, the thirst has gone down.
Sweet boy, sweet.
Oh, that's a beauty, Taffy. It's great.
That ship's cargo.
We found this busted cask.
Busted cask, eh?
Mr. Baines, what's happening here?
Well, we just checking to see nothing shifted in the hold, ma'am.
Ship's cargo. You'll rot in jail for this. And as for you, Mr. Baines, you've commanded your last ship.
Ma'am.
Beg your pardon, ma'am.
Speak when you're spoken to.
What you saw, ma'am?
That wine is ship's cargo.
You no right to talk to Mr. Baines like that?
You get back to work. I should like a word with you, ma'am.
Yes, Mr. Baines.
I was asking you, ma'am, to cease interfering with the running of the ship.
The running of the ship! Do you have the impertinence to call that shambles an exercise in command? Cargo pilfered, the crew drunk and mutinous. You take much upon yourself, Mr. Baines.
We're sailing on a storm canvas, ma'am. 2 days of flat calm in our storm canvas. We've been at work while you've been abed.
It's no more than the work they engaged to do.
We never overcrewed a best. Now we have one man dead and another hauling on the same tack, and 2 more bare able to hold to the deck, let alone claw aloft.
You broached cargo, Mr. Baines.
I broached cargo?
Ship and cargo in your charge, and I find you drinking it.
Drinking the stuff that hardly touched my lips.
As for the others, they can hang for mutiny.
Mutiny? They'd cause enough for complaint and showed it the only way they know how.
By broaching cargo.
Ship's fever is well known to be a contagion of the air.
For which the specific is the bottle.
Use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and for thine infirmities. Scriptures, man.
Thou shalt not steal. That is also scripture, Mr. Baines.
Look, I know ships and seas and the winds that blow, and I can handle men drunk or sober. But a more obstinate, parsimonious woman than yourself I never comprehended. And in spite of your lettering and your figuring, we have less notion of our position and what course to set than we had 3 days ago. That's why the hands are dispirited, man. That's why they can only see one end of the voyage. Disaster, man. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm required on deck.
Mr. Baines.
Aye?
I'll strike a bargain with you.
What sort of bargain?
I navigate, you sail.
I gave that a fair trial already. You near drove us ashore.
If you will agree, I promise in return to teach you to read and write.
My characters?
Yes.
And figuring?
Yes.
And no more interfering with my running of the ship?
No.
And no more talk of mutiny? That was foolish talk, man.
Very well.
Well, the wind's in the southwest. That could be a fair wind.
Then we're in agreement.
Aye. What course shall I set?
North until noon, if you please, Mr. Baines.
Eaten your egg.
Well, this damn partnership business has ruined my appetite. Mr. Simpson clamouring for payment for his damn pickled beef.
I shall speak to Mrs. Simpson. She's an understanding woman.
Yes, but the seamen's wives aren't so understanding. And who can blame them? They're asking only for what they're entitled to. And James didn't leave me enough money to pay them. And they blame me.
Oh, the ship's bound to be spoke soon. Then you shall have your share of the profits. The seamen's wives will be paid, and you can laugh at Mr. Simpson.
Well, I'll buy no more victuals from him, that I promise you.
Morning. Oh, I could eat a horse. Hooves and all.
It's
from Mr. Frazer. He asks if he may have the pleasure of my company to a performance of Mr. Verdi's La Traviata. Really, it's a most formal letter.
Then you must write an equally formal letter of refusal.
Ah.
Why should I? I've never been to an opera.
You owe a certain duty to Mr. Fogarty, Elizabeth. And I'm quite sure that Mr. Fogarty would not allow you to attend any function escorted only by Mr. Frazer.
Daniel does not yet rule my life, and he's been a far too possessive a nature lately. I shall accept Mr. Frazer's invitation, if only to put Daniel out of countenance.
You have nothing to wear.
I shall find something.
Not if it costs money, you won't.
Money, money, money! That's all I ever hear in this household.
Eat your egg.
I've no appetite.
Time, Mom!
Thank you, Mr. Baines.
Let's talk here.
Thank you for taking me to the theatre, Daniel. I do so prefer it to the opera.
Opera? Did I mention the opera?
You can't beat a good melodrama. Kept in a room to save another woman from rising to ring a bell, or to handle the scissors, or to play the piano when ordered. I cried wet tears. I couldn't help myself. And the Russian prince.
At your hands, I assure you, slavery would be the most desirable thing on earth.
But freedom's better.
You'll never be free of me, Elizabeth.
Never, Daniel.
Come on, boy.
No, I can't have.
I know. As salty as Lot's wife's arse. Well, the mate says we got to eat it, and he's not the sort of man to listen to an argument, so get it down here.
It's me hand, it's hurting again.
Doesn't stop you eating, boy. You're a sight better off than poor Jacko.
Yeah. Tastes like bilge water.
Come on. I'll give you a hand.
Look, I could still get a job on the ship, eh? I mean, well, I could be the cook, eh? Look, I've known a lot of good ship's cooks with only one wing.
You'll be all right.
Well, it's Molly and the kids.
Bills, bills, bills. Is there no end to them?
I've spoken to Mrs. Simpson.
How but yous look?
Her husband is threatening to take us to law.
To law? And I thought him a friend.
Can't we offer him a little on account?
I've nothing left to offer them. Till it's empty.
Your brother James has much to answer for on his return.
When he returns, we'll make our fortunes, he tells me. And here I am without a halfpenny left in the house. Where is that brother of mine, eh? Where's he got to, eh, in his damn ship, eh? Where is he?
James!
Where are we?
12 days out and off the Welsh coast. James, it'd be madness to go on deck in this storm. Mr. Baines can handle the ship.
Baines? Baines can't count beyond 10.
Mr. Baines and I have learnt to trust each other's judgment.
I'd rather trust to Providence. Well, where precisely are we?
I can show you on the chart. Our known position. And since then we've been sailing northeast with the most boisterous wind.
Who navigated?
I did.
You learned fast.
I had to. James, you mustn't go on deck. You're not fit. Mr. Baines is more than competent once we're in sight of land.
Sight of land?
Look sharp there! I want to bear away! Mr. Baines, we've lost the flying jib and we're reefing right down. Where are we? I can't see clear, but I think that's the bittern. Shake out the reefs. She won't take it. Do as I order. Hoist all but the topsail. We've lost the flying jib already, and we'll lose the ship. It's my cargo, my money, and my ship. Set the staysail. Aye, aye, sir. All hands! Take out the reef in the foresail. And the staysail. Aye, aye, sir. Take out reef, up staysail. We're under crew! Tie down the wheel! All right, I'll latch it.
Have you seen Jacko Walters?
Where's Papa?
I don't know, darling. Where did you say?
That was the last of them.
And it was tainted meat after all, ma'am.
Thank you, Mom. Captain.
Take care.
Thank you, Mom.
Let me, James.
Is the cargo safe? She's not damaged, is she?
No, plain sailing all the way.
Ah.
Should have been with us.
Oh, this is Jack's mother.
I'm afraid I've some... What is it, Mrs. O'Neiden?
The children. It might be better if we talk privately. Jack, where is he? Mrs. Waters.
Come on, Pet. Your dad's not going to come home today.
Where's my Jackal? Where is he?
He died, Mrs. Waters.
Oh, no. Not my Jackal. Oh, no. Oh, no.
James! James! James, thank God you're back. Well, how much profit did we make? Oh, come on. How much?